Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thanks so much for listening. Today we're talking APEC, a new tax plan, and Disney's version of Netflix, plus Veterans Day and free Starbucks. All that and more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Friday, November 10th. You ready? Let's do this. There are now two different versions of a possible tax plan, both from Republicans, but one version is from the House and another in the Senate. Both have to agree on the same plan before it will actually pass and become law. So there are several key differences right now. Here are some of them. 1. Fox News says the Senate version would delay the big corporate tax break by a year to help lower the cost of the plan. 2. CNN says the new Senate plan would have more individual tax brackets. 3. It also keeps some of the tax breaks that the House got rid of, like when you spend a certain amount of medical expenses. And the deduction based on mortgage interest would stay as is. So, looking ahead to next week, here's what's expected. The Hill reports the House will likely vote on its version, and the Senate will start to review its version. TBD if they can all get along and agree before the end of the year. Today, President Trump is in Vietnam for APEC. It's an economic summit, and it's part of the president's 12-day tour in Asia. President Trump made another big speech, and again, he talked trade and North Korea. But mostly trade. CNBC reports he pushed for economic openness, saying he'll be more fair than China's been. But he also had a warning. Don't take advantage of the U.S. One of the big questions for today and tomorrow, will President Trump meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin? The White House just said last night, nope, it's not going to happen. At least there won't be a formal meeting. ABC News reports they apparently have a scheduling conflict, but that doesn't mean a casual hello on the sidelines is out of the question. So we'll see. Of course, it's a big deal because of all the people back home in the U.S. looking into how Russia may have interfered with the presidential election last year. Next stop for the president, the Philippines. So in case you're wondering what happened to the 3 college basketball players who were arrested in China this week, it looks like they'll get house arrest, or should I call it hotel arrest. Sports Illustrated reports the UCLA freshmen may have to stay in their hotel for 20 days as punishment, and they won't be allowed back into China once they leave. But it's not finalized. CNN reports the legal process could take weeks or even months. Reminder. 3 freshman players, including the brother of an NBA player, were accused of shoplifting at a Louis Vuitton store in China. They, of course, won't be playing in tonight's game against Georgia Tech. The latest men accused of sexual misconduct, a politician, and a comedian. So first, the New York Times reports 5 women accused comedian Louis C.K. of harassment. 3 of them said he pleasured himself in front of them. Louis C.K. hasn't said anything to respond at this point, but things have gone downhill for him pretty quickly. The premiere of his new movie and an appearance on The Late Show were both suddenly canceled, and his shows are being dropped from HBO. The politician is Roy Moore. He hopes to get elected to a U.S. Senate seat. He's running for the seat in Alabama. But now, the Washington Post reports 4 women say Moore pursued them sexually when they were just teenagers. We're talking as young as 14. But Moore says it's all a lie. He called it fake news, and he said it's a political attack by Democrats and the Washington Post. But now, even several fellow Republicans are saying if the allegations are true, he should step aside and not go for that Senate seat. All right, other things people may be talking about today, a possible way to prevent cancer. The IUD is a birth control device, but it turns out it might have an extra benefit. Researchers say it might lower your risk of cervical cancer. CBS News reports it could especially save lives of women who are too old to really benefit from the HPV vaccine. That vaccine only helps if you haven't already been exposed to the virus that causes cervical cancer. All right, Star Wars fans, Disney is planning a new Star Wars, but not a movie, a live-action TV series on Disney's own streaming service. Yes, a subscription-based video service like Netflix, but it'll be Disney's version. USA Today reports you can also expect a new Marvel series, a Monster Inc. series, and a High School Musical series. Disney's streaming video service is expected to launch in late 2019. And by the way, Disney owns ESPN, so you can expect a new streaming app for that. It'll be called ESPN Plus, and it's expected to come out spring of next year. Okay, let's talk Apple. The big company just scored a new TV series with some big names, Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, who will star in it and be executive producers. The Wall Street Journal reports it'll be a series about the world of television morning news shows. Apparently, Apple beat out Netflix and CBS, and that means Apple is spending some big bucks for its own original content. No word yet on a possible name for the show. Word is that facial recognition technology will be coming to the iPad as early as next year. You know, facial recognition, like what's on the new iPhone 10, it unlocks when it scans your face. Also, Bloomberg reports a new Apple augmented reality headset could be ready to go by 2020. Augmented reality puts images over the real world. Of course, that's different than virtual reality, where you feel like you're in another world. The app Musical.ly is about to get sold for a lot of money. The app is popular for teens and tweens. It lets them make videos of themselves lip-syncing and dancing to music and then share it with their friends. Now, TechCrunch reports it's set to sell for $800 million to $1 billion. Right now, it's owned by a Chinese startup that also has an office in California. But if all goes according to plan, a Chinese media giant will take over. Free Starbucks. It's buy one, get one free on Starbucks holiday drinks. Business Insider says you can get it today and it lasts through the weekend. So if you need your chestnut praline latte, for example, bring a friend. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, a chance to honor the people who have fought for our freedom. Some schools may be closed today, and you'll see more closures tomorrow, like banks and the post office will be closed tomorrow. Although some state parks might let you in for free. And of course, there will be a variety of events all around the country this weekend to honor veterans. And that's it. You are ready to go. Be sure to sign up at thenewsworthy.com if you want episodes sent straight to your email inbox each morning, or just subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you get value out of this, if you like it, I am always grateful if you can leave a review. If you want to read more about any of today's stories, go to thenewsworthy.com, click show notes, and find today's date. You'll see all the stories we talked about today. The Newsworthy is available every day, Monday through Friday by 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again for listening. I'll be back on Monday with more. Until then, have a great weekend.